Hi, my name's John, welcome back to the shop. As you can see, made some progress with the bike, but today's video isn't going to be on the bike. I'm waiting on some parts to be delivered to rebuild the forks, etc. So today we're going to do something slightly different. We're head outside. Hi there. So the plan today is to build a cubby house. I've got some timber and a slide, and we're going to try to do it as cheaply as possible. This is the timber I've started with. It's treated pine. I've got 4 fence posts that are 90 by 90 by 2.4 meters. Some 100 by 47, some 47 by 50, all cut to 2.4 meter lengths. I'm using screws that are 100, 75 and 50 mils long. I've also got some carriage bolts, and the wavy slide is 2.4 meters long. I also have this old roof left in the house when we moved in, along with some old fence panels that I plan to use to clad the roof. Now I'm going to cut the timbers to length. First cut down the 2 legs made from the 90 by 90 fence post down to 1.7 meters. These will make the front 2 legs, which will give a platform height of 1.2 meters with a railing height of 500 mils. I use a square to ensure I'm cutting the timber square. Now I'm cutting the 40 by 50 millimeter timber to size. 1 meter lengths to join the front legs together and rear legs together, as well as the wall plates and ceiling joists. I'm cutting 1.2 meter lengths to support the front wall of the cubby house, and 1.5 meter lengths for the side rails of the ladder. Now I'm joining the front and rear legs together with some 47 by 50 by 1 meter lengths at the bottom of the legs. 100 by 47 meter lengths, 1.1 meter up from the bottom of the legs. These will form the beam that holds the platform joists. This will enable me to stand the legs up and start building the platform. With the 2 legs upright, I'm using 2 joists cut from 100 by 47 millimeters in 1.5 meter lengths to join the front and rear legs together. The ground isn't quite level, so I'm wedging the legs up and using a framing square to ensure the joists are kept square. 100 mil lag bolts are used to hold the joists to the legs, and the middle joist is fixed using 100 mil screws. Next I fix a 1.2 meter length of 47 by 50 millimeter front wall supports to the outer joists, measuring to keep squareness to the rear legs. Now it's time to cut and lay the deck. I have to cut notches out for the legs, the front wall supports and the balustrade. The deck's screwed down using the 50 millimeter screws. Next, the railing goes on top and the balustrades are cut and secured, leaving a space in the middle for the slide to go. I've used MIG wire here to give me a straight line down the middle of the joists so that all the screw heads line up. Time to finish off the deck. Here I'm fixing the balustrade and screwing to the front wall supports, and also fixing the ceiling joist to the back wall. With the ceiling joists in place, the wall plates on the rafters can be screwed to the wall plates and the ridge board. Here I'm making a ladder. I've calculated the runs need to be 200 mils apart. I've attached the slide and screwed it off using 50 mil screws. And that's the frame basically finished. A new day today. We're going to clad the side of the walls of the cubby house, so we'll get to it. Here I'm adding some wood to bring out the wall supports to the same plane as the rear legs, and I'm adding some timber to hold the bottom of the walls in place. Now time to cut the plywood for the walls. The rear and side walls are getting windows of 350 by 350 mils square. The windows will sit 500 mils from the deck. The walls are being attached using 25mm clots. I've spaced them apart 200 mils and I'm using a deck plank as a spacing guide. This scrap bit of roof, really use it to clad the roof that we've got up there. Hopefully pull those pieces off intact and get them on the roof. Now I'm cleaning up the nails and staples left in the salvage wood and cutting the timber down to 1200mm to clad the roof with. The salvage timber is now nailed to the rafters. The back wall ply is now cut and fitted. Cutting down and fitting the gable ends of the front and back walls. Here I'm cutting some ply down for the front walls and door. I'm fixing the walls on each side, leaving a gap in the middle for the door to go. Now I'm ripping down a deck plank to make some architrave for the door and some windowsills. Here I'm hanging the door and fixing the architraves and giving the whole thing a good sand to take off any sharp edges and splinters. Now that's all finished there. Bit of paint needed for the plywood, but all in all, not bad. And take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.